Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you've been following along my channel, my name is Paul. I own and operate TCI Development. We're a building contracting company located in Southern California. If you've been following along, we're back out here on Dustin Williams Legends Media Garage Build. My guys are here now. They're going to set the forms for this foundation and get this thing ready to put steel. Once we get the foundation form set, we'll set all the steel, call for inspection, and then we can pour this thing. So right now, you see behind me, these guys are forming everything up. Okay, they set all their strings right here. This is how it's done, in case you were wondering. They set stakes right here, and then they put strings, and they adjust their strings to where the forms are gonna go. That string will be on the inside of the form, okay? And now they're setting their stakes. They're hammering their stakes in the ground. They'll set all these stakes, and then they hammer the stakes to the forms. But that's what's happening out here this morning. You know, this is how you square up a foundation. You got to run lines. You run them higher than where the forms are going, and that way they don't hit the forms. And then you start lining everything. Use the stakes to push your forms back and forth. You know, use kicker stakes, and you push the forms back and forth until they're lined up with the string. I'll cover that in just a moment. But that's what's happening out here on the Legends Media Garage Build. We're finally getting some progress on this thing. So we're going to have this thing all formed up today. And you guys remember, if you followed along on the grading of this project, we graded this thing to 99%. So even hammering these stakes in the ground is extremely difficult. But that's what's happening. We normally use all metal stakes, but we're out of metal stakes because they're all being used on other projects. We're using these wood stakes, which are extremely hard to get in the ground. So you can see what Jose's doing down there. He's hammering a metal stake in the ground just so he can put a wood one there. So he's making a hole with the metal one, and then he'll hammer the wood stake in the ground. See that? That stake does not want to go in the ground. Which doesn't matter. As long as it's there enough to hold the form, that means the form is not going to sink at all. Right? Once these forms are set, you don't want them sinking in the ground. Now, if it rained and it got really muddy, well, then the weight of the forms would make the forms sink, and then this thing would be out of level. Okay, and we don't want it out of level. So that's what's happening out here. I'll catch some more footage in just a moment when they set the forms. Okay, you can see the guys have all the forms set, and they have the wooden stakes holding the form up, and now they're putting these kickers in. You see the stake he's hammering in right now. That's a kicker, and they'll put a nail in those kickers, and that keeps the form straight this way, and they line it right up with the line that's there. You see they're not hitting the string. They're putting the kickers under the string. So he's pushing the form, lining it up with the string. That's how you get the forms all nice and straight. Nice and straight all the way down. So you have your upright stakes, and then you have your kickers. But you can see how they set the string higher than the forms, so the form and the string won't be in the way of each other when they're putting the kickers in. The string's not in the way of the kickers. They can hammer in the kickers underneath the string. So they set them about 5 inches above the form. I'm going to do this side next. Looking good out here. So that's it out here for today. These guys are going to continue with what they're doing, putting these kickers in, getting these forms nice and straight. And then what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow. I'll have the guys grade out in the center here. Make sure this is 4.5 inches down in the center, because that's the thickness of this foundation, is 4.5 inches. So I'll have my guys grade it out to 4.5 inches nice and even. And then we'll compact it with a compacting machine. And then we will lay all of our steel in the footings and out in the pad. And so that's what's happening out here today. So appreciate you guys watching. Give us a thumbs up on our video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day, and hopefully you guys will learn something by watching our projects. That'll help you with your project.